Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Syafitri. I'm from B class. Okay, this opportunity, I will explain to you about the Nobel Review. I will explain to you about the planning. Before I will make review, I'm going to planning. Planning is introduction, explain about title of the novel, author's name, and subtitle at the novel and the characters of the novels. Thesis explain about write a brief description of the novel and main points of the body in novel. In body about summarize the quotation, mention our point of view of the quotation, and remember to keep every point quoted in its own paragraph. I'm going to conclusion. Conclusion about a brief summarized quotations. Finally, with a concluding sentence and final opinion of the book as comments or suggestion and giving of the rating from novel. I'm going to introduction. This novel, the title is 20 Years After, and the author is Alexander Dumas Bear, and published January to August 1845, and subtitle in use is English language in page 80 in 816 pages and 90 chapter, and kindness novel. The PDF novel or good. PDF novel are good from electronic book or install application read of novel in Google Play Store. The characters in the novel is 20 years after. This novel by Alexander Dumas. The first in the series from January to August 1845. The main characters are much more developed than in the first book. New characters appear such as role reduction, son of authors results comes the Regiland, or even more than the son of Milady the Winter. The story takes place this time during the points in the interquay between the stories play this time between Julius Mazarin, Cromwell, and Carlos I. Okay, I'm going to this is the detailed literature summary also contains topics for 20 years after by Alexander Dumas Bear. The novel 20 Years After by Alexander Dumas tells a story of the reunion of the architecture and history masqueraders to decades after the original consequence. The story touches on the themes of friendships and opposing forces of love versus hate and betrayal versus loyalty. As the plot progresses, the four friends deal with their disappointments in their lives as well as their diverse opinions are working together. Next for thesis. The story begins as Dr. Artagnan happy in years in activity, pressed to have mother and Cardinal was last have lived common citizens of Paris in poverty and famine. Dr. X-Men tries together his three friends occupy his site 20 years earlier, but realize he has a problem with the four find themselves divided under political allegiance. Despite their rebellions, the four vote remains friends and often come to each other's during the book as a reason for the division. They also work together in a violent attempt to save Carlos, King of England, from execution. Okay, I'm going to body. Body in I code in somewhere in the captures, and I'm somewhere in capture 1 until capture 12, and the capture all the capture is 90 captures, but I'm included some word captures, capture 1 until capture 12. Okay, the capture 1, the sage of Cardinal Richelieu, the capture 2, a 90 petrol, and the capture 3, the animosities, and the capture 4, any of Austria at the job 46. And the capture 5, the Gascon and the Italian, and the capture 6, the Artagnan in his 40th years, and the capture 7, touches on the strange effects a hollow vice pistol may have. And the capture 6, capture H, there's the 9 going to a day stage to discover RMIs. And the capture 9, the ability Hebley, the capture 10 wants zero orders to balance the Bresiacs, the period ones. And capture 11, will does not necessarily produce happiness. And the capture 12 for her was is content with this condition. And the other capture and the consists of the capture is 90 capture. I'm somewhere in the for this capture I just 12 capture in the presentation. Okay. Next, conclusion. The story begins as the Artagnan, happy to be of use again, and after years of inactivity, Grace, have Mazarin, and the types the address to have the Mazarin, the tray. Jadi the story begins is the Artagnan happy to be use again after years of inactivity, agrees to have Mazarin, the tyrannical Cardinal whose laws have left the common citizens of Paris in poverty and famine. The Artagnan tries tries to gather his three friends who fought by his side 20 years earlier, but realized he has a problem when The four Finns themselves divided under political allegiance. Despite their difference, the four both remain friends and often come to each other's rescue during the book as a result of their division. They also work together in a pilot attempt to save Carlos, King of England, from execution. During the action in the novel, the musketeers are pursued by a regrettable part of their base, the son of a lady whom they were responsible for killing because of her evil. A murderous way seeks a revenger and the fourth friends. The man who calls himself Mordan has devoted his life to hunting down and destroying the man who killed his mother. The four friends are able to outsmart Mordan, however, and the friends is finally killed by Atreus and as he tries to drown others. By the end of the novel, the musketeers are able to convince Mazarin by kidnapping him to agree to the demands made by the people Paris thus bringing peace to the city. The archknight is awarded a monetary allowance. The title of captain in the group of musketeers is in his care. Porthos gets its coveted title of Baron. Ramis is able to get honors for a lady friend of his Raoul, the son of Aetius. It is given an appointment to regiment in the army. The musketeers, with a exception of the artisans, go back to their former lives. The artisans, however, was for the next great adventures. That's all, and that's all in my explain for conclusion. Next, I am going to writing from the novel. The writing in my opinion from this novel is the novel was a pleasant continuation of the time up to 7th century France initiation in the historical events. At times, this why quite exhilaration will it could also be mirration will it could also be a narration slug of names reveling in countesses, princess and other royals, princess and other royal figures involved in these events. I do wish that Dumas had more of psychological level is in writing, of the characters at times appear as too four-dimensional, too until dimensional, a stereotypes of lovable heroes, honor, failures, and everlasting devotion to the queen, allow myself to disagree with of death, what is key to my enjoyment. After all, I was really I intend an adventure with the musketeer, and that is exactly what they must deliver and this teach behemoths of a novel. I did find plenty of pleasure in traveling there these roads and plodding against enemies in the company of our heroes. The all translation was also delightful with this insight, vocabulary, and sentence more, please. And in my opinion, writing for suitable for this novel in I review is of four rating. For rating are 4 stars. Suitable for this novel. 4 star. 4 star. Okay. That's all in explanation about the review of novel of review by me, Syafitri. I'm sorry if I get a wrong. And finally with wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.